Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another video. So the Payload mode is back, and for those who have never even heard of Payload, you're gonna get to know it today. I'm going to be showing it and also explaining it and give all sort of little tips, tricks, and talk about everything that you need to know to play this game. This game mode is going to be available during the entire week, except for weekends, every single time. And I believe that this is going to be like this for the entire season. And depending on numbers, it might remain, it might go away. It really just depends. Old players might know Payload, which is a different variation of Siege. You don't really have to capture a point. It's literally just pushing the payload, as the name suggests. And we'll show it to you in a bit, because we're going to get into a match in just a couple seconds here. But essentially, this is only an LTM because this mode was removed back in the day, because supposedly it didn't have enough players. It does have one change, though, it is that now you can remount. In fact, remounting was meant to be for everything, and because people complained, they decided to keep it just for Payload. And remounting essentially allows you to just mount the horseback, as the name suggests, at any given time. And if you're at the other side of the map, the middle, the start, it doesn't really matter. Making one of the most valuable items in this mode, master riding. So if you want to retreat, if you want to switch positions, because the maps are actually pretty big, and you know, that's something we're going to be aiming for. But I'm going to show you and explain to you all the rules of this mode. Okay, so let's jump into a game, and I'll see you guys in a couple seconds here.
Pick the best one.
All right, here we are. There's 3 current maps for Payload: Outpost, Jungle, and which one was the other one? I don't remember the other one. But we're actually going to go for Outpost, which apparently is the one that it's been showing a lot to a lot of people. There's also a current bug that some people might experience, which is some invisible walls in certain locations. I'm guessing this was their attempt to try to fix the maps, because the maps were all broken when they decided to bring it back. And so in certain areas, you'll be able to shoot invisible walls and as such not be able to kill anything. So, yeah. Alright, here we are in game. This is actually, somebody dodged it, so that was funny. We had to actually get again. We got the same map. And as you can see, we start off on this beautiful spawn area, which is absolutely fantastic. I love these spawn areas. And we have 2 different rounds. As you can see on top, you'll see the blue and the red section. We start off with 1,000 credits on each side. Like I said, Master Riding is one of the best items here, but I don't need it because we're going to be flying around and everything. And we have this section here as our spawn. You could be able to see the enemies showing up soon enough. There they are. Because the enemies are actually going to be stalling us. We need to push the payload while they're going to be stalling us. And the payload is going to spawn right there. Right now. There it is. So we're going to push it. There we go. While they are going to try to stop us from pushing. Obviously, that works very much like Siege. Once we are close to the payload, it will move. If there's an enemy in it, it will stall. If it stops being pulled for a very long time, eventually it just starts going back. Alright, I tried to survive that. Not the best place there. But there are 3 different little areas in the map that are going to be looking like this. Once we pass another one of those areas, it will stop the payload from ever passing through it. I'm gonna spit on it for extra damage. We got here some extra routes, as you can see. And there's the invisibility, what do you call this? The grass, the invisibility grass. If you stand still on it for a very long time, you'll be able to go invisible. As you can see, this is an area, right? So if we stop pulling it, it'll eventually start going backwards. And then once it reaches here, it stops. It will not go back. We start off with 7 minutes. You can see we're already at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And we have that time to pull it to as much as possible. We don't have to actually push it all the way to the enemy side, to the end of that bar, the progression bar we're doing. But the more we can do in the least amount of time, the better, because that's exactly the objective. The idea is if we don't push it all the way, then the enemy has to do the exact same distance with the same time that we used. In this case, if we don't pull it till the end, it's always going to be like 7 minutes. So they're always going to have those 7 minutes. But imagine that we pull it all the way through. Let me just survive here. Imagine that we do pull it all the way through to the end, and we only use 5 minutes, right? So now the enemy has to do the exact same thing under 5 minutes. So the second round will basically be decided based on how good we do on the first one. These are some beautiful, beautiful maps, not gonna lie. So we're gonna continue to pull. We already passed the second platform, as you were able to see. We're gonna try to get this barrack out of here. Not a barrack, but it's an enemy, so it's good enough. We're close to the end here. This map also resembles Timbermill, as you can see here. And now we're making the final stretch. We got 4 minutes remaining. And since it's 7 minutes, the enemy now has 3 minutes close to it to do the exact same distance that we did. So we restart, and everything gets reset so that now it's a complete different round, right? We are now the attacker. Sorry, they will be the ones pushing the payload. We will be the ones defending. So they will be the attackers, we will be the defenders. I'll still go for Chronos because I like the combo that we're doing here. Now we start on the complete opposite side. This is where we delivered it, as you remember. And we're gonna have some time to get all the way to the enemy side. So we're gonna try to stall them from there. And I can remount as much as I want. Like I said, there's plenty of different places here where you can be. There's this portal here to this top side here. And we have to stop them, but the payload will spawn here, so this is where we're going to be focusing on. And I'm going to spit on there. I think that Yago might be a bot. So it reset everything for both sides, as you can guys see. Everybody had to rebuy everything. And now see the timer up top, right? The timer up top is now smaller. Why? Because we, on the first round, we managed to push the payload on that short amount of time, those 3 little minutes. So now they are given that challenge. But imagine, just repeating this again, just so you guys don't get confused, but imagine that we didn't push it through. That means that we did always ended up using the 7 minutes either way, so now the enemy team just has to push the same distance in the 7 minutes, because that's the time that we also used. So essentially, imagine that we pulled it all the way to the right down the middle, like no more, no less, right? There will be a little mark right there in the middle of the bar, and that's where they need to push the payload. As you can see, there's actually that little white bar on the end of the bar. So that is actually how much they have to go for. Oh my god. Was that a triple ult? Oh, might as well just run away from here. She still got me from that angle? That's insane. So now we die and we go all the way back to the spawn. This is also to give some room for them to still be able to push when we die. And this is why I'm saying that master riding is essential, because you're gonna have to go through this entire pathway all the way to the enemy team, to where the payload is, in order to continue to stop them. And because sometimes one person might die, we get the disadvantage, because now I have to return. Let me just kill this mate here. Because now I have to return. And because I have to return, it takes a little bit more time, because I have to go through the entire side that we had to go through at the start of the round. And I missed that. That would have been beautiful. I think the Yago now is back. No, she's a bot still. She didn't buy items, at least, and doesn't have the title, so I'm dead here. It's not very complicated, right? The idea is you gotta line, you gotta push the payload, and you gotta reach the other side. And You just have to do as much as distance as possible, as fast as possible. Whichever team does that better wins, right? So if we push this 100% in 3 minutes, and the enemy team does it in 2 minutes and 50, they win. Because we did it in 3 minutes, but they didn't manage to push even to the halfway, we win. So it's not very complicated. There's no overtime, by the way, because this is literally just do what you're told, and if you do it and the enemy team does not do better, that's it, you win, right? So if you have any specific questions about this mode, please, by all means, ask below. I will be playing one more because we might have a different situation here. I might even play a different champion just in case to see exactly how this is going to go. Obviously, certain champions like Betty, Dredge, and so on, where you can just stand back and spam certain areas to push the enemy from the payload will be fantastic. But then when you're playing the other way around, if you don't have that mobility, it might be bad for you. But let's get into it real quick and see if I can get a second match for this video still to have a little bit more content. All right, and here we are, we're back. This time I'm going to be going with Betty, and I'm going to go with full mobility because I want to move around and I want to have fun. Again, remember, you start off the round with 1,000 points. Let me just put this in circle. I prefer this in circle. Wasting here precious time. I'm gonna go with Kronos and Defiance, and we'll just build up to that. So that Tara is putting herself in a dangerous spot there. Let's throw this in here. We can actually get out here from the top. We killed somebody already. That's great. That's great. Shoot in that general direction there. Get that pip off. I try to press again. Okay, but we got them all. Nyx might have retreated there. Buck is still coming over, so now we can do this. I got 600. You know what? Let's remount and just go and buy something here real quick. Cronus, let's go. Alright, so remember, these are the platforms that prevented... Can you guys stop pushing the payload, please, after it passes through the... Dennis, can you get out? Get out. Get out, get out. Get out, get out, get out of the payload. Okay, just go away, go away. It's too far away now. Never mind. I wanted to show it if it went back or not. Now I'm gonna hide here on the sand, on the grass, and you can see that little glowing effect around. That means that we are indeed invisible. So this used to exist on some of the maps, like Timber Mill and everything, and eventually got removed, unfortunately. Alright, payload is not moving. I'll push it. We already have Rom here. Great, great. I know that there's actually... I don't know if they fixed this. Let me see it. Oh, these boxes are wrong because they're clipping through the floor. Did they fix this? Oh, wait, no, they did not fix it. I still don't understand why Betty had a damage buff, to be honest. Still prefer her mobility talent, either way. I'm a mobility freak, you know what I'm saying? Let's put that there, clear out the pathway there. Just going over there. She might go through... Huh? Did we get her? Fortunately, we didn't kill her, but she ended up dying. Great. There we go. Round 2, switching sides. So, we took... I don't know how much long. I didn't see the clock in time. We're still got to do the same thing. Actually, because we have some extra points, let's go for Master Writing. So Kronos is to me to get more of my movement ability, Q and right click faster. Reload, obviously, I love it. So as you can see, we're here still just getting one map because there's 3 maps. It's the jungle, this map, and the ice mines map. Unfortunately, I think that the other maps are creating crashes for PlayStation users, so that's why you're not seeing it right here. But I think on the gameplay video that I did before on PDS, it actually has the other two maps as well.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1, and throw that in there. Let's just spam in that general direction over there. What I don't understand is why she was behind the box and somehow still pushing. We can survive, let's go! This is why I like the mobility. If I go in as aggressive as that. They have cleared close to like 3 minutes as well, because we're there already at 2:20. But we might have been faster actually on the last round. I was trying to use my my movement ability and that didn't work there. I don't know if I used all my charges. Remember guys that after a round resets, everybody loses their items, okay? We'll also take a look into the end results in case we do get XP stats or not. This is a very tough spot for them because we can literally just get into certain areas and spam certain things, like here. There we go. Let's throw that in there, prevent them from coming through. We're trying to push from the back. Get out! We survived! Wait, what? Did she? No! She did the royal presence thing. And it damaged me over time, and I was ticking my HP and I didn't see it. Unfortunate. But yeah, as I was saying, it does reset your items. As you can see, they don't have any time. Like if the first team to push does pretty good, the enemy team has a very tough round to beat. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The mode itself is not very like long, so it's max a 14-minute match. Like around close to 15. But if the first team does a super fast match, that means the second team will also do a very fast match, whether they win or lose. It's a super wide map as well. GG, we win. It's a funny little thing. What is this doing here? Alright, let's check the stats. If you have any further questions whatsoever, anything you might want to ask, then please, by all means, ask on the comments down below. Also, apparently this was Pick Any before, but now it's not anymore. So, alright, that's a thing. Let's see. We do get XP for both your account, the character, which the double XP is already gone, and the event pass, which for some reason is giving less XP than it should. Team bonus. Alright, I gotta report that. And it was also giving gold. Did I just play a match against Kreepers? Perhaps. Anyway. GG. I'm trying to... What's up with the chat, bro? Alright, there we go. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for the mode. The mode is not very complicated. In fact, I think that this mode is actually more fair, or I don't know if the word is fairer, or whatever you want to call it. I think the mode can actually be more fair sometimes than Siege itself because of combat mechanics. And if you're looking for something that it's a bit more team-based and you still have that entire, you know, objective sort of feeling to it, like Payload and so on, having to move around the map and etc. and setting up strategies, this one's still pretty good because it will never go all the way to 30 minutes like Siege. So it definitely is pretty awesome. I would advise you guys to play this as much as possible because if they see that we are enjoying it, they will improve it. They will make more maps, they will fix the current issues with these maps, and they will make it even better over time as well. And they might keep the mode. And I know that a lot of people from the old times are definitely really excited to see this. And I know that there's also new players who have never seen this before who think that it's very interesting, and it is. It is very fun, it is very interesting, and I like it. It can be a bit unfair sometimes if, you know, people are able to spawn trap you, but like I said, they have to come all the way through the other side of the map to the current place where they're coming out from, the spawn, which allows them to sort of, you know, it has that advantage. As soon as they get one kill, that's breaking the ice automatically, and you can start off by pushing again now, because you're 5v4. You're spawning literally right next to it, and in case that you lost a fight and they're stopping you, those two other platforms that I mentioned throughout the middle of the map will prevent the payload from just going back too much to the point of losing a very big portion of the push, right? And that's pretty good, all right? So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask down below. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, have a wonderful time.